Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital 3-week spoilers September 8th to 26th. Valentin returns. Sonny faces chaos in Port Charles. On Monday, we've got Ava Jerome, Maura West, telling Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, they need to handle something right away. This could be about Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, or it could be Alexis Davis's, Nancy Lee Grahn, alibi for Drew Kane Quartermain's, Cameron Matheson, shooting. They certainly can't have the police over at Alexis's house poking around, or they're going to find Rick tied to the gurney with a ball gag in his mouth. Plus, Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, is offered a deal on Monday, and it may be from awful double agent Colette Moreau, Mercedes Lopez Renard. Brennan is on the phone in his office Monday, upset that his agent's covers have been blown and thinks they could be dead already. Obviously, he's talking about Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, and Vaughn, Bryce Durfee. Danger in Croatia on GH. Meanwhile, over in Croatia, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, jumps into action. He finds Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, and wants to get her out of there, but I think she's going to have him go save Joss and Vaughn first. Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, gets with Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, and Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, and tells them that she'll be the lead on the investigation into Drew's shooting. And Max Scorpio, John J. York, will look into Judge Heron's death. Chase is with Dante, and they want to know from Anna if there's any reason to think the two attempted murder and the murder are connected, but Anna isn't quite sure. They also discuss Chase and Dante's possible conflicts of interest when it comes to the witnesses who might have seen or the perpetrators who may have shot Drew. Anna zeroes in on her likeliest suspects. Michael and Willow top suspects. Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, has a flimsy alibi with a hooker he can't find, and his car was near Drew's house because Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, saw it there. Plus, Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, dipped out of work for a while and came back wet from being out in the weather for no reason. So Anna's looking at the two of them, but she may pivot if the bribery accusations about Sonny come out soon. Jocelyn asks someone if this job is worth their life. Clearly, she's talking to either Vaughn or Britt. Alexis and Willow wonder where Scout Kane, Cosette Abinante, would go since she is missing from Lila's kids' camp. The answer may tie back to Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, who has sent Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, a 911 text after she ignored his other texts and calls. Molly finally calls Cody back to ask what's going on and winds up impressed by him. So I think he may know that Scout is over at the Q Mansion since she's missing from Lila's kids' camp. GH spoilers. Tuesday, September 9th. Alibis, betrayals, and new romances. On Tuesday, September 9th, Alexis runs her mouth a little too much. Hopefully, she won't drop anything about the MIA Rick when she's talking to Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, over at General Hospital. Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens Bruning, faces a big choice. She may find some evidence implicating Michael or Sonny as the shooter. Lulu and Brennan discuss something at Bobby's diner, and I wonder if he is still Carly Corinthos Spencer's, Laura Wright, alibi and if that alibi is legit. Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, flips the script on somebody, most likely on Jacinda, Paige Herschel, hooker, who's looking for another payday and maybe threatening to expose Portia and Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watt-Rose, since Drew was just shot if she comes clean about their ketamine caper. That could push them to the top of the Who Shot Drew suspect list. Also this week, Dr. Isaiah Gannon, Sarandi Wilson, is with Portia and he is all smiles and is enjoying this new fling with her. Britt's time is almost up. It looks like she is in danger and is going to have to run from Croatia. Michael needs some help from Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner. And this may be help with trying to find Jacinda since Curtis had been on her trail before. Now Michael knows that she is back in Port Charles, and she's basically his alibi for Drew's shooting, but I don't know how credible of a witness she is or if she would testify on his behalf. General Hospital News. Wednesday, September 10th. Interrogations and confessions. On Wednesday, September 10th, we've got Lulu getting some advice from Carly, and Anna and Dante are interrogating a suspect. It could be Michael. It could be Willow. We also have Dante in Anna's office, and he's looking at Tracy's mugshot. She loathes Drew, but she also saved him by calling 911. I wonder if they're going to interrogate Tracy as well. Nina is tempted by an offer, and it could be from Jacinda. Willow pulls Chase, Josh Swickard, aside to have a word, and she may talk to him about Michael, Chad duel. I'm trying to remember if Drew told her about the judge bribery thing. Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, confides in Emma Scorpio Drake, Braden Bruner. It could be about getting back with Kai Taylor, Jens Austin Astrup. Or that she and Kai were at Drew's house snooping when he was shot. Of course, Emma is no fan of Drew's. GH updates. Thursday, September 11th. Shocking returns and unanswered questions. On Thursday, September 11th, Port Charles is rocked by a huge return. It looks like Britt may be back to Port Charles. Nina catches up with Lulu and fills her in. I wonder if she's going to tell her a lot of sleazy dirt about Drew to kick him while he's down, basically. Jason has questions, but someone refuses to answer them. It could be Jocelyn. Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, questions Carly, and I wonder if it's about Sonny and or about Drew's shooting. Something surprises Dante. Again, this could be about Britt coming back. General Hospital spoilers. Friday, September 12th. Confrontations and big reveals. Friday, September 12th. Anna L. is on the defense. I wonder if DA Justine Turner, Nazneen contractor, is accusing her of not looking closely enough at Sonny in this attempted murder investigation. Sonny tells someone about his plan. It could be Jason, it could be Michael. Elizabeth warns Lucas to be careful. And I wonder if it's about what's going on with Carly. Brennan demands answers, and it could be from Colette or from Vaughn and Joss after they are back from Croatia. Lulu and Dante deliver huge news, and I wonder if they're going to tell Rocco Falceroni, Finn Francis Carr, that Britt is alive. GH Fall Preview, September 15th and beyond. Returns, Romance, and Cassadine Chaos. Let's talk about September 15th through the 19th and the weeks beyond into October. Lulu is going to keep working on her stories, and this has to do with looking into Drew's shooting and other big stories in town. It might be difficult for Lulu if she has to expose someone she cares about. Britt has to readjust to being back in Port Charles and not being dead. And what's going on with her Huntingtons now that she's left the mystery boss who may be following her soon because Ryan Pavey is back as Nathan West. He's going to be back in Port Charles in just a few weeks. Brennan has to deal with Colette who has betrayed him and the WSB, and she almost got Joss and Vaughn killed. So, is Brennan going to toss her in Steinmauer or is he just going to have a bullet put in her and toss her in the harbor? Joss and Vaughn have to rehash everything that happened. And of course, they's no stranger to secrets, scandals, and shocking returns. But this week, the city trembles as Valentin Cassadine makes his stunning comeback. His reappearance sends shockwaves through the upper echelons of town just as Sonny Corinthos finds himself in the middle of escalating chaos, both personal and professional. The moment Valentin steps foot back into town, the air practically crackles with tension. Word spreads fast that the once presumed vanished Cassadine heir is alive and well, and ready to reclaim what's his. His absence had been shrouded in mystery, with whispers of foreign intrigue and covert dealings. But the real truth, as always with Valentin, is far darker and more calculated. He doesn't waste time before heading to the Metro Court, his sharp gaze scanning the room filled with familiar faces frozen in disbelief. Nina Reeves, who's been struggling to hold her life together after months of heartbreak and betrayal, nearly drops her drink when she sees him. "Valentin," she breathes, her voice trembling between anger and longing. "You're supposed to be dead." He smirks slightly, tilting his head. "Supposed to be, yes. But death and I have never had a lasting relationship." Their reunion is electric but fraught with tension. Valentin insists his return isn't about revenge, or Nina, but about unfinished business that involves the Cassadine legacy. However, it doesn't take long before whispers reach the PCPD that Valentin has been involved in international money transfers linked to the Corinthos organization. And that's when Sonny's world begins to unravel. Sonny's war on all fronts. Sonny Corinthos has weathered countless storms, but lately, it seems like the universe has conspired to test his breaking point. His marriage to Nina collapsed in spectacular fashion. His relationship with his children, especially Michael, is strained beyond repair. And now, a mysterious leak from within his organization has made him a target from all sides. When Brick brings Sonny new intel that Valentin Cassadine may be the one orchestrating his latest business woes, Sonny's expression hardens. "I thought Valentin was out of the game," Sonny growls, pacing his office. "If he's trying to make a move on my territory, I'll deal with it." But there's a problem. Valentin doesn't seem to be playing by old rules. He's unpredictable, moving like a shadow across Port Charles, using technology, influence, and charm to manipulate both allies and enemies alike. Carly Spencer warns Sonny that taking on Valentin headfirst could backfire. "This isn't the old days, Sonny," she tells him. "Valentin doesn't just hit back, he dismantles everything you care about." For once, Sonny hesitates. The years have taken a toll, and he's starting to see the cracks in his empire. But when he learns that one of his shipments has been intercepted, and that it may tie back to a Cassadine front company, he realizes this is more than a business dispute. It's personal. Anna torn between duty and emotion. Meanwhile, Anna Devane finds herself trapped in a dangerous gray zone. Valentin's return hits her harder than she'd like to admit. Once she loved him, perhaps still does, but she can't ignore the evidence piling up that he may be manipulating both sides of the law. Jordan and Dante push for a warrant to investigate Valentin's activities, but Anna resists. "If we go after him too fast," she warns, "he'll vanish before we can prove anything. We need to know why he's back." But her colleagues see through her hesitation. Dante voices what everyone's thinking. "You're protecting him." Anna's denial is weak even to her own ears. The truth is, Valentin's reappearance has stirred up old feelings. Guilt, attraction, confusion. When she finally confronts him at Windmere, the confrontation simmers with both passion and mistrust. "Why now?" she demands. "Why come back after all this time?" Valentin steps closer, his voice low and smooth. "Because someone's coming for Port Charles, Anna. And if I hadn't returned, there'd be nothing left to save." His cryptic warning leaves Anna torn. Is Valentin the hero or the architect of the chaos? The Corinthos family fractures further. As Valentin moves his chess pieces, Sonny's family begins to splinter even more. Michael, still uneasy with his father's mob dealings, receives an unexpected offer from Valentin himself. At the Quartermain estate, Valentin approaches Michael with a chilling proposition. "You want to protect your family from Sonny's enemies? Work with me. I can give you information, real information, that could stop what's coming." Michael's instinct screams no, but Valentin's calm assurance and veiled threats make it clear he already knows too much. And when Willow overhears part of the conversation, panic ripples through the Quartermain household. Willow urges Michael to stay away from Valentin, but he's drawn to the possibility of ending Sonny's chaos once and for all. "If I can stop him from dragging us down," Michael says grimly, "then maybe it's worth the risk." But little does Michael realize, Valentin's deal could set off a chain reaction that puts every Corinthos and Quartermain in danger. Chaos at the docks. The tension finally explodes late one night at the Port Charles docks. Sonny arrives with Dex after receiving intel about a shipment gone wrong. The pier is dark, quiet, too quiet. Moments later, gunfire erupts, and chaos reigns. Sonny dives behind cover, barking orders. Dex returns fire, barely missing a shadowy figure slipping through the fog. When the shooting stops, one name echoes through the static-filled airwaves, Valentin. "Tell Sonny I warned him," Valentin's voice crackles over a radio, calm and chilling. "The real threat isn't me. It's already here." By the time Anna and the PCPD arrive, the dock is littered with shell casings, and Valentin is nowhere to be found. Sonny, furious and bloodied, swears revenge. "I don't care what game he's playing," Sonny vows. "I'm ending it."